much for joining us. Hi, I'm Robert Chernin. Welcome to Facebook Live of the People. We are breaking news. Why Tucker Carlson or Laura Loomer are not breaking this news, I don't know. But inside sources are telling me there's a high probability there is going to be announced after the New Hampshire primary a new presidential ticket. West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie are going to team up for a bipartisan ticket under no labels. That's right, folks. Breaking news. I'm not even sure who's going to be president, who's going to be top of the ticket. I don't think they're sure who's going to be top of the ticket. But let's put this in perspective for everybody, because if this happens, and I'm told it's going to happen, it makes the presidential race really interesting. We just come out of Iowa. Former President Trump has a historic win in Iowa. Now, the dishonest media, because Lord knows they're dishonest, right? Even Drudge, the highlight on Drudge was 50% of the vote against Trump. Well, that may well be true, but 50%, over 50% was for Trump, which was historic in the Iowa caucuses. CNN doing their part in all of this, of course. Their lead headline was the low turnout. Well, folks, if it was -5 degrees where you are, would you go and vote outside in the primaries? It shows you a testament to Trump's support. But be that as it may, we're now going to roll into New Hampshire. And again, to put this in perspective for everyone, New Hampshire, remember, is an open primary. That means there can be crossover votes. Expect Trump to get over 50% in New Hampshire, but expect Nikki Haley to probably be within about 15 points. And they're going to make a big deal out of this. But after you roll into South Carolina, you roll into Super Tuesday, all closed primaries. And the Republican base clearly demonstrated in Iowa, and that's why Iowa was so important, that they're there for former President Trump and they're going to be there. Now, let's roll this into a Manchin Christie or a Christie Manchin ticket, as we're hearing is going to be announced shortly. Makes it very interesting because don't forget, you've got 30% on the Republican side, pretty much. Maybe you've got 30% on the Democratic side, and maybe a little more. And you got 40% in the middle. Makes the race very interesting, especially can they win? I don't think anyone thinks that an independent third-party ticket like that could win. And where would they win and what states would they win? But it certainly changes the math. It means that there will probably be a plurality for the next president, much like Bill Clinton. I think that was 96, who actually won with a plurality and not a majority. But it opens up another very interesting possibility. If a Manchin Christie or Christie Manchin ticket win a state or two, it might end up where no candidate wins 270 electoral votes that you're going to need to be president. Let's go back to your civics class, which most of you weren't able to take in high school because they didn't offer it. What happens if no candidate gets 270 electoral votes? Well, Article 12, 12th Amendment to the Constitution. Article 12 of the Constitution means it goes to the House for the vote. But it's not just a straight vote based on the number of representatives in the House. It is delegation votes. That means that the state of Florida is going to get one vote. New Jersey is going to get one vote. How that vote is determined will be a vote within the caucus within the state. So if, let's say, there are 12 Republicans and there are 8 Democrats and they vote along party line, it would be 12-8. That state would then cast a vote for the Republican or whoever they decided to cast for. And let's remember, a presidential election has not gone to the House since I want to say it's 1824, which is how John Quincy Adams got elected president at the time over Jackson, right? So, old Chinese proverb, may you live in interesting times. These times in the presidential elections are going to get very interesting. And then let's not forget you have Robert F. Kennedy, and let's see the votes that he's going to pull from the Democratic side. And as we've said all along, when this starts to play itself out, we have said that Joe Biden, Smoking Joe, Basement Hiding Joe, is not going to be the nominee for the Democrats. They're going to pull him, and they're going to replace him with someone else. But breaking news, look for a Chris Christie, Joe Manchin, or Joe Manchin, Chris Christie ticket to be announced under no labels, third-party run, sometime after New Hampshire primary. Folks, Robert Chernin of the People, for the people and by the people. Talk to you soon.